Good morning, children. Welcome back. Today we are going to start with a new chapter in EVS 1. Before beginning with the chapter, I would like to ask you a few questions. Everyone likes to wear clothes, especially during some occasions or any festival celebrations are there. Even your birthday parties or any other special events, you like to wear something different. Depending on the occasion, you wear accordingly the dresses. Sometimes it is traditional, sometimes it's modern. And how it tells you that yes, a particular dress is suitable for a particular occasion? By selecting it or choosing it as per the occasion. So everyone likes to wear clothes. Yes. So today we are going to begin with the chapter for EVS 1, that is chapter number 17, Clothes are Necessity. So let's begin with the chapter. So we are going to see important textile industries in Maharashtra, evolution of mankind, Mumbai famous textile mills. Mumbai is one of the metropolitan city as well as it is a hub where different industries are established. And among them, Mumbai is famous for its textile mills. So let's begin. Before moving ahead with the explanation part, I would like you to see this slide for a second. When you see this slide, you come to know that two pictures are there above and one picture is below down there with different clothes. Can you make any kind of difference in these two pictures that are shown above? Yes, in both the pictures, children are there. Wherein the first picture shows that the children are wearing a simple dress or are not having a complete dress. On the other hand, in the second picture, children are enjoying in the park and they are having a complete modernized dress. That means their lifestyle is completely different. So, what we come to know that yes, we find poverty in our country. On the one hand, many are there who are not having a simple dress to wear. And on the other hand, some are having their luxurious and glamorous life. What is the basic requirement of everyone? Yes, the basic requirement of everyone is clothing. Sometimes this clothing makes a need and sometimes it becomes a wants, desire to have it. Sometimes you are having a dress but still you feel that a new occasion is there, so I won't repeat my dress and I want a new dress. But you have ever have thought that many children are there at present also that they are not having a complete dress to wear. Forget about the occasions, they are not having a dress to wear for a simple daily. On the daily basis, they are very finding difficulty to cope up with the cold climatic condition. The dresses are not limited for that. In the previous slide, we have seen that how the two images depict the different lifestyle of children. One with the very poor condition and one with the royal one. So, we can make out the differences by seeing the image. Sometimes children are having a dress to wear, but they are not satisfied with the dress code that they are having. They want something more. So, wanting clothes and really needing them are different things. Want is different than needs because if you are not having a thing, that is your requirement, that is your need. But if you are having, but still you want that thing, that means you are demanding. So, wanting things when we do not need them is simply desire and not necessity. That means it is not necessary in your life, but you feel that yes, even I should be more beautiful or handsome. I should look attractive, and everyone should admire my beauty. So, this is the thing in everyone's mind. Yes, you need to be appreciated for your beauty or for your dressing style. But is this the only thing that can be appreciated? What about your merits? What about your activities that which you are involved in doing? Even that can be shown as a great work. Yes. So we see many advertisements on television or hoardings on the street or attractive advertisements in newspaper on news channels, and we get tracked in it, and sometimes the things which are available with us, but still we feel that yes, it is shown by certain personality and I want that. Yes, at this stage you feel that yes, a famous cricketer Sachin Tendulkar or a famous actor actress had shown this advertisement, so it would be nice. It would be no, that is not a thing. That is their work to show us the things. It is our duty whether we want to select it or not, whether it is really our need or not. That difference we should try to make it. It should not be want, it should be need. So the attraction can turn into greed, so that need to be stopped. Important textile industries in Maharashtra. Now we know different textile industries are present in Mumbai as well as in many other regions of Maharashtra. And if we want information about these industries, we really need to visit that industries and practically take the knowledge about that industries. That is how it is run. So for this, we need to conduct an interview or need to prepare a list of questions, that is questionnaire, to ask them. So we can get the information about the industries. Now let us see examples of the textiles that are specialties of Maharashtra, like the Paithani of Paitan and Yeola, Himru shawls from Aurangabad, bed sheets and bedspreads from Solapur, handloom and powerloom cloth from Ichilkaranji. You can see in the slide, Paithan is one of the famous type of saris that is being worn by the ladies of Maharashtra. Himru shawls are there, then bed sheets from Solapur and handloom from Karanji. So we come to know by seeing this picture that how different things are available in Maharashtra and how they have been exported to other parts of the region. In this slide, you can see the map of Maharashtra. In your textbook on page number 85, also the same map is available. You can go through the map and you can find out the information that has been presented in the index. You can see that in your index, you are having just 5 places as well as the 5 things that are available in these 5 different regions. And you need to complete 2 more because boxes are given and the space is left empty. So you can see from this map and you can complete in your textbook and try to find out the regions that are shown in the index. Like cloth from Ichilkaranji, where it is? Yes, it is in Kolhapur. Then bed sheets from Solapur. You can see where Solapur is being shown. And Himru shawl. Himru shawl is from Aurangabad. Next is Yeola sari. It is from Nasik. And Paithani of Paitan. It is from, yes, it is from Aurangabad. And I have added 2 more, dhoti from Nagpur and Narayanpet sari from Solapur. So this way you can complete in your textbook, and if you feel so that you want to practice, you can purchase a map of Maharashtra and you can complete these places that are shown in the index in the map and stick it in your book. So it is your wish that how you complete and understand the map, either in the textbook or you can purchase a map and complete in your notebook. Do you know Lucknow chicken? That is Lucknowi chicken. Either you find it saris or you can find it dresses or kurtis also. Kashmiri silk, Banarsi silk, dresses as well as saris are available. Kadiyal, Pitambari, Pochampalli, Narayanpet, Kanjivaram, Patola, Mysore silk. These are different types of saris that are available in different parts of India, and it showcases the diversity of our country, that each part of our country is being famous for different things. Either it may be material, it may be textile or any other products. So our country is diversified but still it is united. Till now, we have seen different types of fabrics. A variety of fabrics are available either in the different parts of Maharashtra or in different parts of our country. And with these fabrics and different costumes, different styles of wearing clothing depends on the diverse climatic condition. You know that now the temperature towards the north is very low and sometimes it goes into minus degrees. So accordingly, they require woolen clothes. So these availability of clothes as per the season is available because of transportation. It had made easier our life With the transportation, we have seen in the previous chapter that how our life had become easier and even time is being saved. This diversity in clothing is a part of the diversity in our country. We know that every state is having their own lifestyle as well as their own clothing style. And with this style, we come to know that this particular person belongs to a particular state. And accordingly, by their dressing and by their lifestyle, it has been depicted. We have seen in EVS 2, that is Environmental Studies Part 2, that how the evolution of mankind was there and how different changes took place from the man was on the earth up till now in the present and may be different in the future. So these all changes means man went through different changes. At previously, man was having too much hair on the body. This hair is a kind of protection from warm and from cool climatic condition. But slowly and gradually, when man started developing and many changes took place because of the technological advancement, the hair started reducing. And for protection from the cold, wind, rain, man required clothing. So initially, what man used to do? They used to cover their body either with the skins of animal or with the bark of leaves, trees. So this was the thing. Slowly and gradually, when advancement took place, clothing started, and material with the different textures started coming in the country. With this advancement in the technology as well as in the mind, slowly and gradually the style of people had changed. There is a difference in the clothing of cities as well as in the rural areas, but now slowly and gradually even they are adapting the new technology as well as they are changing their lifestyles. So this had made our life easier. That means not only clothing has changed our life, but related to ourselves also we have changed many things in our life. This technology had helped us to change our life and make it in a more smoother and easier way. We have seen variety of clothing used through the ages. In the prehistoric time, man used to not wear clothes. Slowly and gradually, man required the clothing because to protect from the different climatic conditions. Slowly and gradually, man started using the bark and the leaf of trees. After that, he started hunting animals and collecting the skins or fur from the animal's body, and he killed such animals and collected that thing to protect himself from different climatic conditions. After that, slowly and gradually, when advancement in technology took place, so yarn started coming. And from yarn, materials like cotton wool began to be used by different means. We can see if we remember Mahatma Gandhi ji, that how he was having his charkha and how the yarn was produced from that. So this made our lifestyle. First and foremost was the cotton material that was being used. Now also cotton is the best material that presents in each and every occasion in a simple and sophisticated manner. So it is very important we decide that as per the occasion what all clothings we should wear. Nowadays you get varieties of material and accordingly such fancy materials as well as very attractive dresses are available in the market. So as per the texture and as per the design, you select the material. Nowadays, so many clothes and so many variety of styles are available in the market. So it all took place and these all changes happened with the help of technology. Always remember, nature has given us plenty of things, and with this natural resources, everyone's needs have been fulfilled. But nature cannot quench man's greed. That means you should try to understand the difference between needs and wants. You should understand that whatever is required that is important than the thing that is not required and just is being kept for your satisfaction. So that is a wrong thing. Man must give priority to his needs and not desires. Only then will nature be able to maintain the balance between the human needs and and the environment. Other than that, if we are going to harm the environment, it is going to have its consequences, and we need to face these consequences in our life. So it's very important we should understand that whatever things we require, we should take them. Other than that, that is not required by us should be left for someone else who is requiring that thing to be used. Do you know Mumbai was famous worldwide for its textile mills? Why? Because of the humid weather condition on the island helps the manufacturers to produce long thread for making clothes. And that is why Mumbai became a big center for textile industry. The flourishing cloth industry attracted many workers from all over the country to come and settle in the Mumbai. That is, Mumbai became an important hub for financial activity in India. That is why every year people migrate to Mumbai in search of jobs. Employment opportunities are there, and it is said that Mumbai never stops. Mumbai is a dream place, a dream city for everyone, and whoever comes and settle here, his or her dreams are being fulfilled. My dear children, in this part of the video, we have covered clothes. That how it is the requirement of every human world. We are required with this, but we should not misuse them. That means if we need clothes really, that is our requirement, then only we should purchase. Other than that, if we don't require and we are just using for our satisfaction, our desire purpose, then we should not do so. Even we have seen that how different textile materials and different texture materials have been produced in different parts of the region of Maharashtra and in different parts of our country, India. Even they have been exported. Different clothes have been used as per the climatic conditions to protect oneself. We have seen that how nature provides us with different things, and one of that is clothes, cotton. So we should not misuse them. If it is our really want, that means if we really feel that I need it, then only we should purchase it. Because ultimately natural resources are limited. And if we are going to misuse them, we are not going to have it anymore. And its consequences would be very dangerous for us in our future. So we should respect and we should not harm nature. Because to meet our requirement, God's gift, that is our nature, is an important thing. And even we know that how nature provides us with each and everything: air, clothes, food, and so on. So we should accept as a gift and we should not misuse that. So here we end up with our video. Thank you for watching the video. We'll be meeting in the next video with the next chapter. Till then, take care. Bye bye.